Russia that must agree to a ceasefire and engage in real diplomacy that can guarantee peace. Ukraine is clearly supported, and I am very grateful to all our partners for this. There is also a shared understanding among everyone that Russia's war against Ukraine is a war in Europe and against Europe. Russia's war against Ukraine, against our independence, is a war against the very embodiment of the independence of every European nation. So the format of meetings of leaders, includes, among other things, trilateral formats. We discussed this in detail yesterday. Wishing you good health, dear Ukrainians. Today is a day of many conversations and consultations with our partners. I have already spoken with Chancellor Merz, President Macron, President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, as well as with the Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund, Georgieva, and with the Prime Minister of Albania, Rama. And today here in Ukraine, we also had the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Romania. This is her first visit to Ukraine since her appointment to the position. And what is important in all these conversations? First, all our partners understand who must take steps to end this war. This is a Russian war, it is Russian aggression, and it is Russia that must agree to a ceasefire and engage in real diplomacy that can guarantee peace. Ukraine is clearly supported, and I am very grateful to all our partners for this. There is also a shared understanding among everyone that Russia's war against Ukraine is a war in Europe and against Europe. All the decisions that will be made to end this war and to guarantee security truly concern all of Europe, not just one party. That is why Europe's voice must influence these processes, and we are coordinating with our European leaders regarding our discussions and meetings to align all positions. This also applies to the work each of us does with other leaders to ensure that Europe's positions are protected. We are planning some meetings on the continent. Third, of course, everyone knows for certain that all key decisions in Russia are made by one person, and that this person is afraid of sanctions from the United States of America. And it is only fair that Ukraine should be a participant in the negotiations. Russia's war against Ukraine, against our independence, is a war against the very embodiment of the independence of every European nation. So the format of meetings of leaders, includes, among other things, trilateral formats. We discussed this in detail yesterday. We talked about several bilateral formats, about the trilateral format, about all possible options. I am grateful to President Trump for his openness to truly seeking solutions. We in Ukraine are confident that this war can be ended with a lasting peace. But every step must be very well considered, precisely those that will work. There are positive signals from the IMF about their readiness to continue supporting Ukraine. Likewise, there are clear and positive signals from the European Union. Thank you. Today, there will also be a meeting of security advisors from Ukraine and other European countries, as well as an American representative. There will be a representative of President Trump present. All the details will be discussed. We truly need coordinated and thoroughly developed approaches in diplomacy. Today, I will also be speaking with the head of the Italian government, Giorgia Meloni. She always gives good advice. I thank everyone who stands with us, who stands with Ukraine, and let us remember, the whole world supports us in unity as long as we ourselves defend Ukraine, our national interests, and our independence in unity. We are doing everything to end the war with peace, a dignified peace. Glory to Ukraine.
deadline
Zelensky.
for Vladimir Putin agreeing to a ceasefire still stand tomorrow? Or is that fluid now that the talks
Say
are-
it, what?
Is your deadline still standing for Vladimir Putin to agree to a ceasefire tomorrow, or is that fluid now?
It's
that
going to be
talks-
up to him.
And do you,
We're gonna see what he has to say. It's going to be up to him. Very disappointed. Yeah.
and do you have to meet with, does Putin have to meet with Zelensky in order and before you and Putin have to meet? Or are you,
No. No.
are you
So
hoping
you're
for,
willing to, that's actually important because President Putin said this morning he was pretty dismissive of this idea of meeting with President
Who was?
Zelensky. President Putin was.
I don't know. I didn't hear
For you
him.
to meet with him, he doesn't have to agree to meet with Zelensky. Is that what you're saying?
No, he doesn't. No.
So when do you think that meeting?
They would like to meet with me, and I'll do whatever I can to stop the killing. So, last month, they lost 14,000 people killed. Last month, every week is 4,000 or 5,000 people. So I don't like long waits. I think it's a shame. And they're mostly soldiers. They're Ukrainian and Russian soldiers, and some people from the cities where missiles are lobbed in, and you'll lose 35, 40 people a night, which is terrible. But no, mostly it's soldiers, and you're talking about, on average, 20,000 a month. 20,000 people are dying a month. Young, generally young people, soldiers. We're going to, speaking about soldiers, we'll see you over.